All right, let's dive in. Today we're talking about something that sounds a little, well, weird. Monkey logic and the market.
So let me ask you something. What could monkeys possibly teach us about money? I know, it sounds kind of out there, but trust me, the answer tells us a whole lot about how our own financial world actually works.
And to figure this out, we're going to take a little trip. Think of it like visiting let's call it a super simplified version of Wall Street. So here we are. Welcome to the banana market. Now, in this world, forget about all the complex stuff. No algorithms, no earnings reports. Nope. Here, there are just monkeys, and the only thing that matters, the only thing they trade, is bananas. That's it. And just like our own stock market, this place has moods. It's got its ups, it's got its downs, which brings us to the main players, the bulls, the bears, and of course, the bananas. The whole system here is just beautifully simple. You've basically got two settings. When the price of bananas goes up, that's what they call a bull market. And when that happens, the monkeys are thrilled. Their bananas are worth more, life is great, everyone's happy. But here's the funny part. Why a bull market? Is there some deep economic theory behind it? Not a chance. It's just monkey logic. Monkeys think bulls are cool. That's literally it. It's all based on a feeling, a good vibe. And in this market, that's all you need. But you know how it goes. When those banana prices start to tank, the whole mood just flips. That's when it becomes a bear market. All of a sudden, their prized bananas aren't worth as much. And, well, the monkeys get pretty bummed out. So what happens when that sadness starts to bubble up into something bigger, something more powerful? Well, that's when you see pure emotion take the wheel. That's when you get what the monkeys call the Great Banana Panic. And it always starts small, doesn't it? Just a whisper. Picture this. One monkey, maybe he's just a little on edge, glances at the prices and mutters to his buddy, "The market is going down." And boom, that's all it takes. That one little sentence, and the panic starts in that one monkey. And what do monkeys do when they panic? They don't think, they react. He sells his bananas right away. Got to get out before it gets worse, right? But here's the thing. Nobody's trading in a vacuum. Another monkey sees him sell and gets spooked. So he sells. Then another sees that, and another, and another, and another, and it just starts to spread like wildfire. The panic is contagious. And before you can even blink, that tiny whisper has become a deafening roar. 13 million bananas sold in a single day. The market just collapses. And the crazy part? It wasn't because of a bad banana harvest or anything real. It was pure, raw, contagious emotion. Okay, so it's a cute story, right? Monkeys and bananas. But what does any of this actually have to do with us? Well, let's pull back the curtain and decode this monkey logic. This is basically our translation key. It shows you just how perfectly this silly story maps onto the real world. So the monkeys, come on, that's us. That's investors. The bananas, well, that's our stocks, our bonds, crypto, you name it. And those basic feelings, happy, scared, in our world, we have a fancy term for that, market sentiment. So what exactly is market sentiment? Put simply, it's the overall attitude, the vibe of investors. It's not something you can just plug into a spreadsheet. It's the collective emotion of the crowd. It's the human equivalent of all those happy and scared monkeys. Which leads us to maybe the most important question of this whole thing. A question you really have to ask yourself. Are you a monkey? And look, the point isn't to be insulting. It's not about being smarter than a monkey. It's about recognizing that this monkey logic, that knee-jerk emotional gut reaction, it lives inside every single one of us. And that's why this whole story actually matters. Because markets aren't just cold, hard numbers. They are absolutely driven by powerful collective emotions. Fear, greed, excitement, all of it is super contagious. And if you can understand that emotional layer, you can start to see the bigger picture, the stuff that happens way beyond the daily price charts. So, I want to leave you with one final thought. The next time the market goes wild, and you feel that little jolt of excitement or that knot of fear in your stomach, just stop and ask yourself, am I going to follow the panic, or am I going to follow my plan?